Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Geek Tropology, and well, today I'll be taking a look to what's happening between Apple and Epic. I'll be speaking through the lens of an ex-developer and through the lens of someone that actually works on, let's say, on all this stuff. I do SEO research for a living. I am a developer. I did a pharmaceutical application for iOS. It was 8 years ago. So my Intel is currently a bit out of date, but I have been keeping track with Objective-C and the library they used to go with Cocoa. We now have a few new versions, but for the most part, I guess the system is remaining the same. Also, I'm trying to do a logo. I'll try this one for a time. It's a mask from the Tolita culture. I thought it was from the Quitos culture, but a friend of mine told that it looked more like a Tolita. So I'll be seeing my country's art registries with more attention. Well, anyway, also I have been playing with transitions. Why not? Uh, well, let's go. I'm on this article on Forbes. I'll link the article below. But please use ad blocker. Don't give them money. They're not doing the right kind of journalism, so they don't deserve journalistic money. Uh, well, anyway, if you don't know, this is a good resume. Resume. Anyway, um, Epic set a payment method inside of their game Fortnite that go not through the normal channel that is through the store, but it went straight to Epic. So the revenue for Apple is no longer there. Uh, why does this matter to Apple? Well, it's 30% of anything that you purchase through anything on their system, it goes to them. It's a revenue, and I'm playing with this plastic thing and I'm making noise. Yay. It is a monopoly. Any judge in its right mind will see, yeah, it is a full-on monopoly, and most likely the US won't do anything about it. Uh, Apple is now uh, on the anti-consumer business. They block you from repairing your stuff. They block you from developing anything outside of their ecosystem, and they prevent you from doing anything economical in any of their devices that doesn't go through them. Even I always joke, if you want to get rid of ads on Windows, well, you can use AdBlock Plus or set a Pi-hole. If you want to block ads on Ubuntu, well, you are on Ubuntu, you can just do it. If you want to block ads on any Mac product, stop using Mac. Just stop using Apple. They have this heavy grip on their systems. This is my perspective. The Apple is retaliating, saying that this Friday, everything that is using um, the Unreal Engine will be prevented from getting any updates, and it will be no longer uh, available to do any kind of maintenance work. Yeah, IT housekeeping. But well, they used to have this library named Cocoa or Coco. You had to pay to get your developer credential. With that key, you can get the digital signature on your app, and you can sell it through their channels. Any monetization needs to go through them, and they can collect any data you are collecting. So for most practical applications on the pharmaceutical field or economics, you are not using Apple because they'll get anything and I mean anything. If you are recording um, credit card movements for any reason on your phone, they get to see who are you, on which bank you are, exactly how did you get there, password you used, everything. They collect every single thing you type, and it's worse now. In my time, it was a bit more chill, and well, uh, they don't know how to manage their own resources. When I used to develop on Cocoa, they had this first attempt for a garbage bin for memory allocation. And normally you will select how much of the memory module you are willing to use, you are requiring, and it will stand by. You will set any data into that, and then you need, since you are allocating that data into that partition uh, of RAM, you need to tell it when to release that RAM for it to be usable by any other application. What does this mean? That you manually had to tell it, I'm not doing this any longer, don't waste resources here, use them for anything else. Most of other operative systems actually does this cleanup by themselves, but Apple wanted some more grasp on what you store on memory, so for that they needed it to be controlled on a more measured way. And I noticed what they were doing, because a lot of things that I were setting on the application were being registered by something that will have it should it should well, my tongue, yes, my tongue, my is this the Apple course? If you try to speak their secrets, you start to lose your motor functions on your tongue. Yeah, my ass cheeks will look red on. No, they don't. What the fuck, man? I think that resetted my brain. Anyway, yeah, you see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you set something that is not working properly into the main cache, in the main cache, on the main uh, temporal storage of any system, and it has any kind of error and it doesn't flush, it doesn't leave, it will keep chaining this error to other things that it should not ever touch. That's the sad truth. That's they didn't want things to go out before they could register every single movement. And for that, it was crap. It worked 30% of the time. Most of the time you had weird compilation errors for no other reason that the Cocoa library was broken and some dependencies were not registered correctly. It was it was a mess, and I ended up making a version that used a global database, a MySQL database, for. Hey, I'm playing with anything in my hand all the time. Hey, uh, and I went full web, and a lot of developers started to go into web technologies, not because web technologies were better. They are not. They depend on a stable connection, and that's a luxury not many people can have. So, web service is not the optimal way to do something. It is in a local, um, on a local level, but most likely you'll have to go to web services because their dependencies are terrible and a lot of things don't work properly. How did a lot of people fix that? Well, they started using other engines that are compatible with libraries and dependencies on this category, like Unreal. And my sister's dog is barking like crazy. Why? Anyway. For dogs will dog. Am I right? Well, yeah, a lot of people started to seek other kind of options, other kind of ways to get things done, and using this library or this engine, it's a really great way to do that. So they cutting the flux for this is It's just idiotic. The mindset is okay. If you are setting these channels on your game, means those channels are available on anything you have done in that platform, and so this this platform for development should be restricted from our store and from our ecosystem. That's stupid. I can do a payment gateway on any kind of system. I just need to tilt a connection to the bank or to PayPal or to anything I like. Get JSON with params and confirmation, and yeah, I don't even need to go through your system. I just need to tilt to a server on another region, give access to a web view to access any data you to set any data you want, like user credentials, um, if there's any kind of optative amount for a donation, anything alike, you can just do it processing, and that Apple tells you that you need to go through their channels is like I was speaking with my best friend and he said about GameStop. He brought a used game and he thought the code might not be working, and well, if he wanted to get DLC for any physical game he buys on GameStop and goes to his PS4 and set it and start playing, and he gets I don't know, nostalgic, and he wants this costume for his character, and when he's going to pay it says you brought this on GameStop, please go back to the store and pay and purchase this micro transaction through them. Well, I'll say them no. I I, I don't wanna. I just plain don't wanna. I don't wanna to go there every time I want to purchase anything from you. I want to purchase it from you. I don't want any other system registering my credit card information and doing transactions from the systems that I don't really trust because you said that I need to. It's anti-consumer, it's not practical, it's not logical, but it's Apple. They are soldering their hard drives to their motherboards, and those M2 to get fixed or get removed or changed, it's a pain in the ass. Um, their politics with a lot of how they manage um, replacements, how they manage recycling their funds is not ethical. I don't think it's ethical. The the worst part, the the worst part is that they'll they'll be fine, just fine. This lawsuit will go nowhere. They are pressing through a third party. They are affecting a third party to make what yeah, throw it away. What Epic is doing, the evil thing to do since they are removing the ability for a lot of developers to keep working. But is not Epic the one that is blocking access to those tools? Is Apple, and they have been doing this kind of stuff all the time. I have seen firsthand how they store data for anything you do, and yeah, you might be right if you say that you need to be more careful with Apple. Apple is not a good company. They need to be on check in this kind of thing. I don't think Epic is the right company to try something like this because they belong to the Chinese Communist Party. They are another huge monopoly. They monopolize an entire country and most of the resources from a lot of countries. So Epic being linked to Tencent should not be on this. Should no. No, 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 no. They don't have any moral or ethical ground to stand on this because they are doing frankly the same. But that this is a lawsuit that will affect how a lot of um, future endeavors on payment systems will work, it will. And if anything, this will stay on the users for a long time. They will start questioning how the payment system works, and yeah, there will be some changes here, but Epic is just not the right company to do this. They have enough money, but it's pure hypocrisy. They are monopolizing everything on video games. They have, well, Tencent have shares on Nintendo, on Xbox, on PlayStation, on Sega, on Atari. Yeah, man. They have shares on Activision, on Ubisoft. They are a monopoly. So they are saying we are filing an anti-monopoly lawsuit. Is just laughable, but we might need this right now because soon a lot of economies will depend on digital markets, and yeah, we might need this. Well, that was everything for today. I'll do this thumbnail and was I what? Doesn't matter. See you next time.